Good evening. My name is Nix Marikuma, and I am the owner of Marikuma Healing, where we learn to heal our mind, body, soul, and heart. We learn about mental health and emotional well being, how to understand and allow our bodies to rest, and how to work properly without overdoing it or burning ourselves out, and how to go over there and just embrace our uniqueness and be ourselves, right? That's what my business is about. I do counseling and advice. I am not a certified counselor, but I've counseled quite a few people. While my business has been running for almost 2 years, I do card readings like what I'm about to do for our Earth Sign 2026 year reading, right? I'm going to be reading about the whole year of 2026, what's going to be kind of like out there for you guys, what to expect, what to embrace, what to kind of handle and deal with before, like maybe this year you're bringing in a little something you don't know and it may affect you next year. So, we'll get into details of that later. Um, Instead of tarot cards and oracle decks and things of that nature, I have playing cards. If I had oracle decks and tarot, I promise you guys I would probably be reading them. But playing cards is what I have, so playing cards is what I read from. Okay? I also do palm readings. I read the lines in your hands and it tells me about your personality and character. In the future, I will do more like diverse of palm readings, but at the moment in the time, right? Like where I'm at right now is character and personality that I can read out of. Um, we do have a few TED Talks. I have Dark Minds and Butterflies where we talk about life's good, bad, and ugly. It's a TED Talk for like all conversations. Some of them will be a bit on the dicey side. We will be touching the unholy trinities. And if we're being really cute, the unholy quads, right? Religion, sexuality, which I really mean is like relationships, right? Political viewpoints, and race. So, yeah, if it's the Holy Trinity, it's religion, it's politics, and it's marriage. Because everybody has a say on how that's supposed to be, and it should be this way. And if it's not that way, then you're just an unholy abomination. Listen, do as you will, bro. Do as you will. So long as you're not hurting people, yourself, children, animals, and things of that nature, do what you want. I'm not one of them judgmental people, man. I don't really go over there and cast rocks and stones. God knows I have plenty of stones cast onto me that are well deserved. But, anyways, other than learning to love ourselves, embrace one another, and accept to heal, like, hi guys. So sorry. What had happened is that I have like we have solar power where I'm at, right? And so when you switch it from like like electricity, like everyone else, like you know, whatever's like we call it umeme, but you switch it back and forth, it turns it off, and then it has to reconnect to it again. So my Wi-Fi disconnected and reconnected. So yeah. Anyhow, we got the introductions out of the way. let's let's continue, right? So just like I've done with the others, except for water sign, which we just did a one and done. Okay, so like we just went in there and did the whole reading with no parts. I'm doing parts for the earth signs. I'm going to be starting to do parts for the year readings. I'm pulling out the cards, reading to you guys what they mean, how they may be like just a rough draft of your reading. And part two, three, and fours, right, will be into detail. So I advise you guys to also watch part two, part three, and part four if there's any extra parts, okay? Because this gives you details in which part of the year, which areas do you need to look at, how to handle certain situations that may come, and why it's happening. It gives you an understanding, it gives you clarity, okay? At the same time, you guys are your own people. You do what you want, okay? And do not go over there and be afraid that your card reading doesn't sound so good, so maybe it's cursed. No. Card reading is just advice. It's a form of divination. It's an advice. It's just to give you a heads up. Okay? You're in charge of your own faith, baby. Your destiny is yours. For the most part, we choose how we want to do our stuff, okay? All right. What was 2025 all about for my Earth babies? What was 2025 theme for the Earth signs? Attention to detail, focus, and practice. So time, energy, and effort. Okay. What is 2026 career for the Earth signs? New insight and realization, much like how I did for the air signs, right? This card is all about seeing things for what they are and what they can be, not what you want them to be. What is it? What is it going to become? And what will it be? Because if it looks like it's going to be a bad situation and it's starting to turn out as a bad situation, it's going to be a bad situation. You cannot make, like, here's the thing. I know that as an earth sign myself, right? Like as a Virgo, we deem ourselves Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn as like very like smart people in the sense of the mind, right? Like all of us can look at something and be like, I don't know why, but I don't like this person. I don't know why I don't like you, bro, but like something about you, the vibe ain't right. Like, I don't know if it's the way that you walk or the way that you talk or the way that you look, but I don't like you, right? But sometimes we ignore those feelings because, again, it could be in our mind. We could be just overthinking. And then we see that maybe we were right to begin to not like this situation or this person because it shows that this person's whack. They're weird. They're a little bit sus, right? So look at things as they are, see them for what they can be, and accept it as it is. We've all been there where we have pushed our beliefs. I pushed my beliefs. I ignored what people told me that they were because I wanted them to be a certain way and I thought that I could change them and I could, they could be what I wanted them to be because it's not only for me, it's for you too, right? If it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, and it sounds like a duck. It's a duck. It's not a poodle. It's not a chihuahua. It's not like a chocolate bar from Willy Wonka. It is a duck. Let it be. For your career, I advise you guys to make sure that you look at things clearly. Okay? See them as they are. Now let's get into your finance, baby. What is the finance for the earth signs? What is the finance for Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo? Creativity and charisma. We're tapping into our charms and we're tapping into our creative thinking. Okay, so charisma, what is that? Because I feel like some people, y'all believe that, like, oh, only certain people are born with charisma. No, sweetheart, no. Everybody is born with charisma. Anybody can have, charm. Your charm just may not be like everybody else's. I have a very unique way of looking at in life, right? And the way that I look at life, the way that I express myself, people like it. People come to me because my personality, okay? They may come to you because you're strong, or you're funny, or you're cute, or you're sincere, or you're caring, or you just have that like energy that draws people into you and you can rally people and lift them up, right? Everybody from a child to an older person, tall, skinny, fat, old, young, whatever. You could be rainbows and polka dots. Everybody is born with charisma. Your charisma is just different from other people, okay? And that's what makes it beautiful. If we all were the same, we'd be a very boring, very uninteresting world to live in, man. I couldn't handle having everybody look the same and act the same and be the same. Could not be me. I would have to start something, bro. I'd have to start some type of pandemonium because I'd be like, this is just creepy. It is like the perfect utopia. And anything that's a perfect utopia, we all know, okay, who are worth our salts. That is a disordered dystopia. There's something funky underneath the underbelly of that city. It's not perfect. It's not what you think, right? No. Anyways, with creativity, you're looking at a problem, right? So just because I have a problem doesn't mean that I have only one solution. I can have many solutions to solve a problem, and one solution can solve many problems. You have to look at it like that. It will help you overcome a lot of obstacles and struggles that you may be facing. So, what is the Earth sign's love life looking like? What is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo's love life? Teamwork. Either you are going to get a partner that works really well for you guys, or you have a partner that is really good. Like they're your team, they're your partner, right? They're your best friend. In a sense, they're somebody that you can rely on and you work well with each other. That's very important to have in a relationship. You want to be able to have somebody who's not going to make you do all the work and do it by yourself. You also want to have somebody that you can trust. And I think if you trust somebody, then teamwork works really smoothly. I'm having juice and water, so. Or y'all think I'm out here trying to sneak in drinks. Nah, we don't do that here. we, we don't be doing that on YouTube Live, guys. You do that incognito. You know what I mean? Do it in secret, man. Do it in secret. Hide your shame. My hands are wet, so I'm trying to make sure that I can like dry them up so I can be able to pull these cards out. All right. What is your family outlook? All right. So hard work and reliability. Are you working hard and being reliable to your family, or is your family being hardworking and reliable to you? Or is it both? We're going to figure this out more in part 2. Okay? Because I figure that it goes a lot faster. It goes a lot faster when I just pull them out and kind of explain what they mean and everything. So, yeah. Okay. What is y'all's friendship outlook? Competition and disagreement. I don't mind if you guys have like a competitive friendship, but make sure, guys, that your friendship is not so competitive that you guys are constantly trying to one up one another. Okay? Virgos, you guys can be secretly competitive. Capricorn, you guys are driven and ambitious. Y'all can be competitive. Taurus, you guys can, and you're not ashamed of it. Like, hey, yo, this is a competition. I came here to win, baby. Like, listen, don't have hard feelings when I smoke you, right? Like, when you see the dust in front of you because I'm ahead, kind of thing. You're not ashamed, but like, you guys can, like, we can all take it far, is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to not put it like as blaming the earth babies. I'm just saying earth baby to earth baby. We take it kind of far sometimes. You know what I mean? There's a limit. Don't go there and think that you have to be the best, the very best. Listen, competition's supposed to be fun. When I'm competing with somebody, I want it to be fun. I like games. Okay? And I feel like when I have fun, it plays into my childlike whimsy. Like I have an inner kid that I have to feed. You know what I mean? You have to feed your inner child, and my inner child demands fun. It demands a game. So if it's a competition, it's a game. That means it's supposed to be entertaining, and it's supposed to be something that I learn from and I can do and I can interact with. But I don't have to beat every single person and be the alpha and the omega. That's when it starts turning into a disagreement because you're taking it too far. And before y'all come to me, be like, yo, bro, I feel what you're saying. I hear you. It's not me. My friend is out here. They're the competitive ones. He's always trying to outwit me. And sometimes I don't know how to go about it to tell him that maybe we should just kick it down a notch, without looking weak. Because if I say I can't do it, then my friend's going to be like, yo, you're weak. You're just scared to get beat again. We all have somebody kind of like that. Either we are that person or we know somebody that has that characteristic. It could be both of us, right? If they're your friends, like here's the thing, at the end of the day, if they love you, right? And they care about you, they will understand that maybe there's some things that get taken a little too far, and it would be really nice for it not to do that, right? Like, look, I don't mind competing with you, but sometimes the competitions feel like it gets a little out of hand. And I don't want to have a competition with you where it ends up in a disagreement or we lose a friendship because of this, and they have to respect that. You're coming to them as a friend. You're not coming to them as like somebody who's trying to hurt them. You're coming in with your emotions being genuine and real. If you really love me, then you will understand what I'm saying. Do you feel me? Okay. So, ooh, Earth babies, you guys are going to be grieving for your spiritual. Your spiritual outlook is lost in despair. There are pieces of yourselves that are going to be left behind. Like, here's the thing, when it comes to grieving, some of you guys may lose a loved one. Some of you guys may lose people that you wanted to be in your life, but it didn't work out because they were toxic. They were just not treating you right. And you need to choose peace of mind. In order to have peace of mind, there's some people that need to be cut off, right? You could be grieving about evolving, okay? Like, I like to say that I'm an evolved Virgo because, like, I really try my very best to think before I say stuff, to understand other people's perceptions and viewpoints. And I'm like, just because I know that this is kind of bullshit, not everybody knows that, right? Not everybody sees the world that I see it. You guys don't have my sight, and that's okay. That's okay, it's fine. But um you got to be able to allow yourself to go through the motions. Now, grieving can also happen when healing. And I feel like since we've had the healing cards, both spiritual and just regular healing, I'm going to give you guys the healing talk because I have a feeling that it's going to pop up and it might be the reason why you guys are grieving spiritually. You are been holding on to a lot of things, okay? You guys fight battles that nobody knows. You wear a smile, you say everything is fine. Oh, yeah, it was kind of crazy, but it's not even that big of a deal. Anyways, how can I help you guys? Oh, no, don't do that. That's what happened to you. Come here. I'm so sorry. Right? We're compassionate and we're giving to other people, but we really forget to fill our own cup. And a lot of people think that, oh, well, the earth signs, like Virgos, we don't have emotions. Capricorns, they don't give a care. Taurus is just basically about themselves. They're self centered, right? The earth signs don't have a heart. If you're a Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, you basically don't have a soul. A lot of people don't understand that we feel things in a very deep level. Okay? Taurus feels things at the core. Virgos feel things intensely. Capricorn feels things in their hearts. You know what I mean? But we have learned and taught ourselves to not show emotions, to not really give everybody how bad we may be going through, how intense the crazy situations we're fighting that nobody knows about, right? And we forget to really allow ourselves to cry, allow ourselves to be angry, allow ourselves to just get out all those emotions that we have been organizing, compartment analyzing, right? Like, just, oh, well, we can't feel this, so we're just going to put it in a box and put it over there. Oh, this is an intense emotion. We can't have that. We're going to put it in a box and shove it deep down in our subconsciousness. And if we don't feel it, then it doesn't exist. Listen, at some point in time, something's going to happen and you are going to lose your mind. And you are going to have the mother of all mother crash outs because it's been something that has been put aside for too long and it can't be contained anymore. Allow yourselves to cry. Allow yourselves to scream and shout and get angry and have it, like, let it out. You've held it on long enough, let it out. Sometimes having a good cry helps me feel better. There's a lot of things I don't tell a lot of people about. There's a lot of things that I'm fighting with, and the battle gets really heavy, and I'm not trying to make it about me. I'm just using myself as an example. Like, listen, you have to let that weight go, baby. You have to be able to allow yourself to feel it, even if it's incredibly uncomfortable. Feel the anger, feel the sadness, feel the disappointment, feel the grief. Let it cleanse you and then let you be refreshed. You're trying to hold on to the water and you can't hold the water. The water has to wash over you and go. Okay? So the only way for you guys to grow is to feel what you need to feel. So forgive yourself, work on your scars, work on your triggers, kick out unnecessary people, accept the fact that people can only give you what they have, and that you can still love somebody but kick them out of your life, or you can still love somebody and have healthy boundaries to where you're not really interacting with them as much. You can still love somebody and understand that they are not with you in a physical sense, but they are with you in a spiritual sense, and that they would not want you to be upset. Of course, they want you to grieve, but they wouldn't want you to hold on to that grief for years. They would want you to be able to understand that now they can visit you, and they can be your part of your spiritual team and your guardian angels and things. And you did what you thought was right and you tried your best. Okay, you're doing what you can. We're only human. And I know that's something that very few people say nowadays. And when we do say it, we kind of use it as like, oh my goodness, we're only human. We can't do all these things. Listen, okay, we can do only so much. You are not designed or have to be this omega alpha perfect person. It does not exist. It does not exist. If you're trying to be the perfect version of yourself, you are going to drive yourself mad as a hatter and loony as a bin. Be healthy. Be healthy version of yourself. Be the one that's like, you know what, I'm not perfect, but that's okay. I like my messy side. I like my, kind of more wilder version of myself. I like that. And I can also be both. Every element has its duality. The air has duality between right and wrong, how much I give and how much I take. What do I give a simple breeze? And when do I bring down the storm and really tear things out, right? Water has the duality of emotions and compassion with themselves and others. Fire sign has that magnetic, kind of charisma and charm. Like, hey, how much energy do I give for others? How do I lift others up? And how do I lift myself up? Earth signs, we're into more of the grounding, the more physical kind of understanding, okay? Water has emotion, air has spirits, fire has, heart, and we have the body. How much of my physical and actual energy do I give to other people? And how do I also give myself that same time and energy to allow myself to do what I need to do? I have to be able to be giving to others and giving to me. But before I give to other people, I need to make sure that I'm okay, right? And all of you guys, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, have a really bad problem about that. I know I do. I normally give so much to other people that I forget that I need to also take care of myself. I like helping people to the point where I may accidentally overburn myself and then get so exhausted. So please be careful when you're doing that, okay? All right, let's get into a January, February, March, and all that. What's the months like for 2026 for my Earth babies? About to learn today. Jesus. All right. So January, February, March, the first 3 months is all about communication, ethics, and introspection. You guys are going to really be pushed into communicating. You need to communicate and express to yourself what other people need. So if I want something, right, how do I go about it? How do I tell somebody that they're stepping on my toes? And a lot of times when we're trying to be nice, we feel like nice people kind of just like let other people do whatever they want. That's not being nice, that's being a pushover. Nice people will come over there, pull you on the side. So, like, if I had a problem with you, right, I will come to you, I'll say, hey, can I please have a word with you in private? And then I'll wait till we talk one on one and be like, look, I'm not trying to come against you. I hope that I don't make you feel a certain way. I just wanted to understand that when this happened, right? Like when you stepped on my toe, you stepped on it like 3 times while I was around. You just kind of walked over me a little. And I find that kind of annoying. I was wondering, was it intentional or did you just did not see me or was it accident? So that way I understand where you're coming from, right? And you'll be like, oh man, it's been crowded. We kind of were just in the same area and I didn't mean to step on your toe like that. Like, my bad. I apologize. Oh no, it's okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. We're good? Yeah, we're good. All right, man. Let's go enjoy this party, right? Like, instead of, because I think like when you're unevolved, when you're okay, when you're an unevolved earth sign, you're just going to put people on full blast. We all know how, as earth signs, to make people feel very silly and very dumb and very insignificant when we put them on blast. And the point is that we just don't care. It's like a long time coming. I didn't go over there and just get mad and decide to do it. I've been waiting for this. I've been like, you know what? I think it's time that you learn your place because it looks like you need a little reminder of who you are dealing with because you're not about to deal with me like that. Like, I'm not about to deal with being disrespected by somebody like you. So let's get humbled, right? And secondly, after you're done telling them in a very stern and a very loud manner who they are and who you are, we don't care. Don't you think you kind of were a little harsh on them? No. Don't you think you're kind of being mean? Not at all. Like, does it look like I give a shit? No, I don't. It's a long time coming. They were asking for this. It was time to get them humbled, right? An evolved sign, like an evolved earth sign, will pull people aside and talk to them. Now, if it doesn't work, then like, hey, this person doesn't really value what I have to say, and I don't really have to value what they have to say. Like, I don't have to care if you don't care, right? Some people will make effort and they will listen to you and it'll be healthy communication. Some people take some time. They don't understand what you're saying. It could be a language barrier. It could be like how you express yourself may not be something that they understand. So it takes time. Be patient with yourself in communication and be patient with others on how you talk to them, okay? Because some people care, some people don't, and some people are trying. Now, ethics. Ethics is all about morals and character code. I think it's the little blackbirds that look like hummingbirds. They're so fucking cute. All right, I'm gonna have a bit of my potatoes. I'm eating breakfast while I'm doing these things, so okay. So like I was saying, right? Communication takes time. Say what you need to say and speak your piece. If people don't like it, tough cookies, hard milk. Ethics is all about the great questions. It does tie into your morals and character code because it asks you if you killed 5 people, like, would I kill 5 people to save the world? And if I said, yeah, sure, but then they say, what if, right? You just killed your family because those 5 people were your family members, the people that you treasure the most are the 5 people, and you need to sacrifice them so that way the humanity can live on. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could kill 5 people without one, knowing who they are and having a better understanding on the situation. Like, why are we sacrificing 5 people when we can just try to, we can go over there and try to find a way where everybody can be saved. Like, I know sacrifices have to be made and tough calls have to be done, but shouldn't that be a last resort? Did we try every other option before we came to this? Or this was just the first thing? Like, I love Spider-Man, okay? And Tom Holland, you're a phenomenal Spider-Man. I don't think you'll ever watch this live, but if you do, hi, right? Super, super fan. Um, you could have seen in the movie, right? Your character is Spider-Man and believe and receive. He is my favorite Marvel character. I fucking adore Spider-Man. All versions of them, like him, her, and they, right? Because I'm sure there's a non-binary Spider-Man out there, or like a spider person. I don't know. Anywho, I'm getting a little off topic. Instead of going to Doctor Strange, right? You could have tried to talk your way, man. You could have been like, you know what? Maybe if I could plead my case to the school or like use a lawyer or something. We jumped into magic. I've done it too. I jumped in. I'm like, you know what? I could do this route, but this route's faster, right? Like this one would probably help me a lot more than that long ass process. Um, but you know, no options and things. Ethics asks you great questions, and it's always the lesser of the two evils. We live in a world that is not black and white. I cannot be with people, and I love you guys. Y'all believe what you want to believe. If you're somebody that only sees the world as black and white, it's good and evil, there is no in between, you are ignoring a major factor that we live in a world of duality. This realm of reality that we live in, right? This dimension that we're all in is a duality world. It's mutable, it's diverse, it has variety, it has mixed up all sorts of things. There is a lot of stuff that kind of combine with one another. And sometimes we do shitty things for good reason. Sometimes we do nice things for bad reasons. And that itself is gray. Because if I did something like, for example, right? And I don't put people on full blast. I always use code names when I'm talking about them. I'm sure they're probably going to be listening into this live. So it is what it is. I don't care. I'm sorry. I really am. I know that that's not a nice thing to say, but we'll call them Tiffany. Okay? We'll call them Tiffany. Tiffany is somebody that I knew, and they would be able to help you and do lots of nice things. But at the end of the day, Tiffany is somebody that would stab you in the back. But they did nice things to make it look like they're a nice person, right? But they're not really a nice person. And their nice things were just a ploy. Does that mean that Tiffany is still a good person because she did nice things, even though the nice things was a manipulation and a trick? Right? Because everything is black and white. So that means if I do good things, no matter what the reason behind the good things may be, it is still a good thing. That's not the world we live in. If you do something good and you're doing it out of a bad reason, then it's a bad thing. The goodness is not it. And then you guys can be like, well, yeah, again, we're getting into ethics, okay? Because these are the conversations. This is the kind of thinking that requires to have ethics and be ethical, because it is going to really bend your way of thought. Like, is morality really as easy as people say it is, or is there like a complex diversity within it? Like, for example, I have makeup on, right? Okay, good, or whatever. Some people say I look pretty, but underneath the prettiness, is there something ugly, right? I may look pretty, but do I have a good personality? And if I have an ugly personality, does not mean that I'm covering up something that deep down inside has a very complex toxicity just waiting to come out, right? It's an interesting way of thought. It's a very interesting way to think and have concepts in that way, right? Like, it's just kind of, oh, is it black and white? No, it's not. There's different versions of gray, man. Anywho, before we get into whole 5 hours of ethics, let's get into introspection, right? So like I tell you guys, Introspection is understanding yourself. You're not trying to understand other people, you're trying to understand who you are. And that is a really easy question to ask, very hard question to answer. Okay? Who are you? What do you want? And why are you here? So, oops. One of these days, I'm going to fall off my bed, man. And it's going to be kind of funny because at least it'll be videotaped. But yeah. So, like, I'm standing up here, right? My legs are a trunk. I'm a tree. Okay? And these are my branches. If I grow in an aggressive environment, I'm going to grow a little bit twisted, right? I'm going to kind of gnarl over, bend, and twist. If I grow in something healthy, I have a good foundation and I can grow straight. And though I may bend a little because life throws us curveballs, right? I can still stand strong because I have a good foundation. What are the things you need to work on and what are the things you can embrace? You know that you're not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect person. None of us are. So, what are some habits that we should change about ourselves and why do we have these habits? January, February, March are going to ask you that. They're going to make that's going to be their theme for the first 3 months of 2026. How to communicate, where's your morals, what's your character code, right? And understanding who you are as an individual, not what people want you to be, not what people think you are. Who do you think you are? Who are you, right? Take time to figure it out. Have fun with it because you may be actually really surprised on how awesome you actually are. Bless you. All right. April, May, and June, guys. What does April, May, and June have in store for my Earth babies? I thought this would come out when I'm reading this for you guys in part 2, but no. Yeah, you guys are definitely going to be learning how to speak your voice and stand on business, rebelling and fighting for a cause. So April, May, and June, the main theme for those months for 2026 is all about standing up for what you believe in and fighting for it. Stand on business. No cap, real talk. You know, from your head to your toe. If it's something that you don't agree with, say it. Do be unapologetically yourself, but also speak your piece. Don't be entertaining bullshit. We're not about to be doing that this coming year. Okay. Oh. Coming! Sorry, guys. Hold on. My mom needs me. Okay. Yes, ma'am? Um, Sorry, guys. Okay. I'm back. When I look back on these old videos, like when I start making like a lot more, right, and we have to like dig this up and this becomes like an archive vid, This is gonna be cringy as fuck. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Anyways, so I'm really fucking happy for my Earth babies. You guys are just kind of like, you guys are really gonna be stepping in to your individuality and power. But I promise you, there's gonna be some healing along the way. Because unless you guys just got sick and tired of being sick and tired and like, you know what, at this point, I'm done. I'm a Taurus, a Virgo, and a Capricorn on the edge. Y'all don't want to mess with me. I've had my limits. You don't like what I have to say? Get out. You don't believe what I believe because you think that these things of madness is true? Get out. I'm not wasting my time with you. Either you're going to be with me or you're not, because I don't care anymore. So either you're at that point or y'all healed. You're like, you know, I'm trying to be on my healing journey, so namaste. Anyways, July, August, and September, the main theme for this month will be independence and self-reliance. You guys are going to be tapping into standing on your own and trusting that you know what's right, okay? At the same time, please don't forget that every boss lady, boss man, boss person, right? My queens, kings, and royals in betweens. A good boss always has a good team, okay? And a good boss is a good team player. Remember, for your relationship, you guys have teamwork, right? Independence is important, but also teamwork and independence go hand in hand. You don't have to be the only person to do everything by yourself. If you are that person, you're going to learn that you can do it on your own, but you also need to get okay and get used to teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. You can do it all by yourself. But isn't it a lot easier to have like a well organized, like the A team, the ones that are like, yo, bro, I got you. All right, A-okay, let's go, bro. We can do it. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Why? Because we got the team. We got the elite. We got the goat of all goat team. Don't try to do every little thing by yourselves. Virgos, I'm really talking to you guys because I'm one of you. I know how y'all think. I know how y'all think. And I believe myself that I can do it all by myself. Like, listen, if I ask for help and it's been like 5 or 3 minutes, I'm doing it on my own. That's my confession for today. I will do it on my own and then I'll be like, oh no, we're sorry that we took a little bit of time. It's been 10 minutes. I just did it on my, but you asked for help. You didn't come fast enough. You didn't come fast enough. Listen, when I asked for help, I expected like this. Do you know how many times I asked for help? Not that much. So when I'm asking, it's serious. Why are you taking some time? This is not a drill. This is like what we've been practicing, guys. If I ask for assistance, come fast, make haste, be swift as the wind. All right, taking about 10 or 20 minutes to help me, girl, please. And the matter of that time, I could have done it myself. My God. And I know that you guys are going to hear that and be like, not gonna lie though, bro, I'm right there with you because, you know, the logic, it makes sense, right? But is it healthy? No. It's not healthy, but like you took too long. So I guess next time I'll be patient and I'll try to wait for you and you can try to hurry up when I ask for assistance. That's evolution, right? That's the evolved way. I'm being silly, I'm joking on myself, but I'm also being very honest. Like I do ask for help often, but if it takes too long, like if I don't think they're really coming, they didn't really listen, or they're not, like if I don't think it's been heard, I'll just end up doing it. And then I'll get mad and I'll be like, you guys could have helped me, but I guess we just wanted to go there and stop and smell the roses. So I don't know. All right. What does October, December, and November bring? What is. Oh, okay. I'm really liking this. My sister does this tongue click thing, guys. You guys are going to be hearing it in these videos. She passed me down that bad habit. So, emotions and empathy. We are going to be tapping into how we feel and being compassionate with ourselves, as well as being compassionate with others. Start being compassionate with yourselves, guys. Start feeling. Some of y'all looking at me. Fuck you, lady. I'm not going to feel shit. I'm not touching into all that touchy-feely, butterfly jazz. What are we doing? What are we doing? We are allowing ourselves to be human, love. Or allowing ourselves to be human. What do you mean, right? Jesus. So, I'm really happy. So, for January through December, right? Let's just give you just a brief summary, okay? You're going to be walking into 2026 with communication, ethics, and introspection. We're learning our character code. We're going to understand ourselves a lot better, and we're going to say what we want to say and mean what we need. The next 3 months after that, we are standing on what we believe in. We are not tolerating baloney. If it is something that we have a passion or that we have faith in, we're going to go with it. However, understand that not everybody is going to believe what you believe and see what you see, okay? For July, August, and September. And since August and September, technically, Leo, Virgo, Libra season, right? We're going to be very independent. We're going to trust in our decisions and what we feel and believe. At the same time, we are not going to try to tackle everything by ourselves. We are going to have teamwork. And for the last 3 months of 2026, you will be having a lot of emotions and empathy. So we are going to be compassionate, understanding on what our needs are and how we feel and how we think, as well as how other people feel and think. Again, part 2, we are going to get into details of it because I'm giving you what I see and what I think and feel. But part 2 will give you guys details like, hey, remember in part 1 when I said that? No, this is what this is. This is something that you should look into. All right. The biggest problem you guys will have is obtaining resources and giving and receiving money. Make sure you guys focus on saving your money. Make sure that you go after opportunities that are beneficial for you, that tie into your passions and things. What is your solution? Carrying burdens, responsibility, and debt. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to do too much. What is the theme for the Earth Signs 2026? Failure to communicate. Learn how to communicate and express yourself in a healthy way. Okay? All right. So we are going to get into more details in part 2. As always, guys, I love y'all and I hope that you guys have a bomb diggity day, right? Stay amazing and stay awesome. Slay the day. Be happy and be gay. Peace out. Bye. If you guys like what I do, please follow and subscribe on my YouTube, all right?